Hello everybody, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. I am so excited for today's video. As you guys saw by the title, we will be playing with the Colourpop 1111 pressed powder palette. I know it's like old to Colourpop, but like it's not that old, so I thought it would be fun. We're gonna do two different looks. I really hope you guys enjoy. First, if you guys like this video, definitely give it a thumbs up. Why did I do that? A thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button. And without further ado, let's just get started. I forgot what I was saying there. I'm gonna be honest, I genuinely don't know why they didn't release this on 11/11, November 11th. Maybe it's not on a Thursday this year and they want, I don't know, but like missed opportunity. They definitely could have done it on 11/11. I really don't know why it was early. So it is still available right now. So I was scared because sometimes when newer palettes come out, they go out of stock because people buy them so fast. But I guess people weren't interested in this one. I was, though. I saw this and I was like, oh my gosh, I need that. So it's $18. Honestly, pretty decent price. The pan sizes are pretty decent as well. I feel like they're kind of bigger. It's their 12 pan palettes. You can see, I think they're a pretty decent size. I like these size pans because I feel like I can really get in there. There's not much else to say. I just felt like it was like such a fun looking palette. There's like warm tones, cool tones, like neutral. I feel like there was so much in this little palette and it was so cute. What is it? Create the perfect ethereal light looks with 12 modern nudes that flatter everyone in matte metallic, matte sparkle, and pearlescent glitter finishes. Why you'll love it, it features our ultra pigmented pressed powder formula that's long lasting, applies evenly, and blends like a dream. Why you need it. With essential neutrals ranging from light to deep to complement every skin tone. Wow, every skin tone. This palette is all you need to create ethereal day to night looks. The perfect ethereal palette for cool, neutral, and warm nudes. Exactly. I like that they say ethereal because that is definitely the vibe you get. You know, you get this very ethereal, like not heavenly, but I guess heavenly, like, kind of vibe. Like, you know, it's giving the sky and, like, magic a little bit. I feel like that was the perfect way to describe it. I think it is so cute. I like the concept, you know, of 11/11. I used to be like, 11/11, make a wish, you know? Not something I do anymore, but, like, sometimes I used to do that. So I feel like it was just always a cute thing. Could they have come out with a different name? Sure, especially if you were gonna not release it on 11/11. But you know, whatever. I don't know. This is me being psychotic. All the shade names are on the back per usual. The packaging is always the same as the box. So if you throw out the box, you're not missing anything. That was something I hated for a while. Like the box would be cuter than the palette. I'm like, I don't want to keep it in the box. But yes. No mirror in this palette, which I don't mind. Like, give me the cheaper price and no mirror. I have mirrors 1,000 times over. And then here are the 12 shades in here. I did do the other look already, so that's why it's a little bit messy. But again, you can see just these scrumdiddlyumptious shades. You got your cool tones here, some more neutral shades, and then the shimmers. You got a good range of shimmers. I feel like you get like pinky or champagne, a little bit of a silverish, some gold, and then a pearl kind of one. Let me just swatch the shimmers. We got the shade Total Angel, Manifest It, Major Change, and then Reflect. And then I'll swatch the other one in a second. So again, it's Total Angel, Manifest It, Major Change, and then Reflect. Ooh, yeah, Reflect is definitely that more like glittery kind of vibe, which I'll probably never touch again. I don't like the glitters in the palettes. I genuinely don't. And I would have liked to not have, I mean, it's not that serious, but like a more like that color, but a neutral shimmer, like a regular shimmer would have been perfectly fine in my opinion, especially for the vibe that's kind of going with this ethereal. You're not going to want to wear that like with this palette in my opinion. And then we have the shade Balanced, which is so freaking pretty. I love that color. Can you tell which one's gonna be my favorite color? Of course, I love these colors. I also do really like the silver, but the other ones are fun as well. So I do, again, you get a huge range of color, of shimmer in this little palette, which is really, really nice, especially if you're someone who specifically you like to wear a bunch of different colors, you know, at different times. this is perfect if you're someone who, you know, use the same kind of color every day. May not be the best thing because it's obviously a huge variety and you're probably not going to get use out of most of the shades, but it just depends on what you're looking for. I feel like eyeshadow palettes at this point are just fun. You know, you don't really have to fight with palettes if you don't want to. There are options everywhere. There are single shadows everywhere. Like, I feel like at this point it's just fun to see the looks that people create with these palettes, although it's not going to be anything crazy today. It's just fun to see it even on like my medium tan skin tone, anything like that. I feel like it would just be fun and fresh. So we're going to dive right in. Alright guys, so here is the finished eye look. I'm actually super obsessed. I think this is so stunning, and it's a little bit like more cooler tones, but it's so pretty. And I just decluttered like a bunch of eyeshadow palettes, and I did declutter like a few cool tone palettes that I was like, I might want them, but I'm so glad that I did because this one's gonna be my new go-to for sure for that. I think I used like half the palette. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I used 6 shades, so I used exactly half the palette, which I'm actually so excited about because I don't know, that just proves some of the versatility in here. We have like your pinkier tones if you just want to go with like this shade and like this shade on the lid, a little bit pinkier, and then the neutral. I mean, this one is a little bit more cooler of a shade, these two down here. Then you got like some browns and then some neutral, whatever. It's just this all around so good, and so I love the look that we created. And then the only other thing that I noticed is that this freaking is a lot powderier. There's a lot more kickback than I remember any other Colourpop palette being, and I've tried a lot of Colourpop, but like I was like instantly just tapping in there and it would like fall. And it's not that serious, like you just blow it out. I don't care that much. Colourpop was always like the easiest. I think it was Colourpop. No, it was ABH. But I think that people always panned Colourpop eyeshadows too, because sometimes they were like had a lot of kickback, and so like it's not that big of a deal, but like I just noticed that it's a little bit more than like normal. So I was like, that's interesting. But this color story is so stunning, and I love her so much, and I love this look so much. So freaking bird. I'm obsessed. All right, let's do whatever we were supposed to be doing. Now let's move on. Hi. I need to wash my brushes. Okay, well, I'm gonna dive in to the neutrals this time. Sorry, the more like browns this time. Last time I kind of did the cool tones, the last look. So we're gonna dive in. I'm trying to see what colors I used and what colors I didn't use. We're gonna dive in with this color right here, which is the shade Good Thoughts. I'm just gonna pop that in the crease. It is a little bit lighter of a crease shade, you can see, but I feel like it still is nice to just, you know, as a base, I've learned to make these shades work because there's always a too light shade in a palette for my skin tone. And then if you're any tanner, it's going to be even lighter. I feel like I most of the time just make the cut. Like, see, it works and it evens out the eyelid area, covers up anything that I need it to cover up, and just creates a base kind of. But I feel like if you're any tanner, it might be too white and give that like pasty look, you know? And then it's like, oh my gosh. So this is a good color if you need one to be like not a tag on, but like a to blend out a color or anything like that, especially if you're a little bit deeper. Okay, next we're gonna go in with the shade Right Path. I can already tell you these are gonna be too dark to put in the crease, either one of these. So like I'm probably right now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this one and mix it with this shade up here, which is probably how I would do it every time I use this palette, because you could tell that shade down there is a little bit too deep for the crease. But honestly, yeah, it's working nicely because I had that base down already. So that's a great combo. Oh my gosh, that's so scrumptious. It's not too dark. It's honestly blending really nicely into that color underneath it. Wow, that's beautiful. I love this color. I love chocolatey, those colors you feel like you can eat. That's what this feels like. I'm gonna be honest, like day to day, if I'm wearing eyeshadow, I'm wearing mattes. I'm just wearing mattes, and occasionally I'll throw a neutral shimmer on the lid, or like a shimmer that's not too shimmery, something that's not too sparkly or too out there, too glam, something that's just basic and neutral and just gets the job done, if I'm being 100 with you guys. But I felt like this palette has so many beautiful mattes that I definitely would get a lot of use out of a lot of these. And then I felt like the shimmers were fun if I want to, you know, pop them on, which I do again when I'm going out or like when I'm doing a video. I always like to pop on a shimmer, so it was like perfect. I'm going to take those same two colors, so this one, and pop that on the lower lash line. Guys, I'm like struggling. I'm like filming all over the place because sometimes like if I'm in a not in a rush, but like if I don't feel like driving anywhere, I don't want to drive like here to where like I usually film, because I don't want to drive. But then I'm like also like you need to film rest stuff. So what are you gonna do? So sometimes I just film at home. My sister's room right now actually is vacant, so I might actually see how the lighting does down there, like when I'm at home. For maybe next week, we'll see though. Sometimes I love coming here, like it's very breath of fresh air. Wow, breath of fresh air. And it feels really nice, and obviously my video qualities look so good. I love it. But then other times I'm like, I just don't want to come here. Like I want to teleport and then teleport home. I don't want to drive here. It's not far, it's 10 minutes from my house, but like it's just the idea of packing all my stuff, bringing it here, then packing all of it back, bringing it. It's just a lot for me. I know it's so not bougie, but it's kind of bougie, you know what I mean? Like it's high maintenance. Okay, then we're gonna go in with the shade Empowered right here. I don't remember if I used that shade Divine. We're gonna go with the shade Empowered and just put that on the outer corner. That is so delicious. I can already tell you, like from this palette, this is gonna be my everyday look. Like just this chocolatey, delicious shade on the outside, and then that other shade in the crease. Like, oh my gosh, yeah. I'm gonna actually take that shade Divine and put that on the lower lash line. It looks like they're like flexing it, but they're like the type that just kind of fall off. This is definitely like a hybrid between, like it's like a cool black. Like it's black, but there's a little bit of like, it's like a light cool black. It's not like midnight black, you know? But on the eye, it gives the same effect as a black. It's just not as harsh, and it's a little bit easier to work with because you can build it up, and it's not going to go out of hand really fast. I really love that, actually. I think I'm going to take the little bit of that and just kind of stamp it on the outer corner as well, because I really love that color, actually. I think that is so pretty. And then we're going to take my original blending brush and just blend it all together. I love that. Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? You're not kidding me. You're serious right now? You're serious right now. That is so stunning. Like Colourpop's formula is, you know, just superb. I don't have any complaints ever about their formula. I know certain people, like, if fallout bothers you, like, there are little things that, like, if something specific bothers you, then obviously you're not gonna love it, but like I'm not picky when it comes to my eyeshadow. I want to use every color in the palette, but I really don't want to use that glitter shade. My eyes have been very sensitive recently. You guys know, you've seen the styes, you've seen the drama, you've seen the chaos that is my eyes, so I don't want to mess with glitters anymore. I'm not doing it. So we're gonna go with the shade Manifest It. I'm just gonna pray for it. How about that? Thank you. And I'm going to put that on the lid. Oh my gosh, that is so pretty. Definitely out of my gold phase for sure. Like, I'm into the more like champagne kind of colors, the more champagne the more champagne. I even will do like silvers. I really like those kind of colors. I'm not always like a super huge fan of the gold anymore, but it ended up being super pretty together. So we're just gonna blend that harsh line over there, blend that out, and honestly that's it, y'all. I really love the variety this palette has, because this look looks completely different than my last look. I feel like, again, you could do so much. You can get a full cool tone look, you can get kind of a more neutrally warmer tone look. Like, you can do so much. I love the variety. Let me zoom you out, put on mascara, and come back. All right, guys, here's the finished look. I haven't done a 2 looks in a long time. This was so much fun. Let me know if there's any palettes. You guys just saw my declutter. I'm sure you saw it. I got down to, I think I have like 20 palettes, like including like my really little ones, but as far as my big ones go, I have like 15. And so it's like beautiful. I love it. I'm like so refreshed. I'm like, ah. If there's any palettes that you see that I have and you want me to do like a 2 looks, 3 looks with it, definitely let me know, because I missed it. This is so much fun, and I love seeing like what a palette can do. It's definitely so inspiring, and so I love them so much. Let me know if you guys have this palette. Are you guys picking it up now? I love it. I think I love Colourpop. I do. So I'm a little bit not biased, but I just know where I stand on that front. But as far as just like the quality and just the color choice and just everything about this, it's so stunning. And I know people say, you know, Colourpop's did it before, blah, 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 blah. I don't have it. Like, I don't have when Colourpop did this before, so I have no idea like what people are comparing it to. Obviously, if you have every single Colourpop palette, you're of course gonna get some repeats. If you have every palette, you know, that anyone's ever come out with, you're gonna have repeats. It's just like what it is. It's at this point in the makeup game, in the makeup community, it's no longer like, you know, oh, I need this color story because it's unique. It's more so, first of all, the packaging. Like, do I like this aesthetic? Do I like the pairing that they put these colors with and together? And then it's also like, what brands do I want to support? Like, what brands do I love that I want to buy from them? Because everyone does it. You know, it's not new. I just want to make that clear. If you look in your collection though, and you say, hey, look, like this is missing, or I want to try this, or I want to try Colourpop, this is a great palette. It is so good. I did mention it's has a little bit more kickback than I remember, like Colourpop palette, well, that I know Colourpop has. I don't know why it has a little bit more kickback than like other Colourpop palettes, but I don't mind. I always just blow it off and I'm like, whatever. I never go through palettes, so I know kickback is a sign you're going to use something up faster, but I never go through palettes. Even the ABH palettes that like have mad kickback, like I don't go through them. So if you're someone who's going to use one palette forever, okay, that's something to think about, because you're going to go through it really fast. But if you're someone who has 20 other eyeshadow palettes, honestly, you're probably not going to go through it, so it's fine. But yes, so the verdict's out. 10 out of 10. I love this palette. No complaints on my front. I'm going to use it. I'm going to get use out of it. That's a lie. The one complaint I have is that stupid like shimmery kind of shade. I don't want them. Come on, go be basic. I don't mind. I don't need you to try to be innovative and have a sparkly shimmer. Like, I don't need that. Like, just give me the regular shimmers and we'd be fine and dandy. We'll be real happy. So yes, that is it for this video, guys. I really hope you enjoyed it. Again, let me know all the juicy tea. That's it for this video. I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.